Comcast High School football on a great night for football. Welcome to Pulaski Oak Grove High School. Taylor Carr and Scott Philbrick alongside. And Scott, it finally feels like football weather.
It does feel like football weather. I thought it was going to actually be quite rainy tonight. This morning it was nasty weather, but it's cleared up. There's a beautiful night for football, and we should have a great football game for you tonight as well.
The officiating crew for tonight's game, Pulaski Academy coming in 3-2 and 1-1 in 5 AAA against Oak Grove Hornets. Scott, they're 4-1 and 1-0, and we might see some points on the board in this game.
They can score them at will. Last week, Oak Grove beat Atkins 42-25. Pulaski Academy lost to BB 25-22, but on the year, Oak Grove is averaging 33 points a ball game, and Pulaski Academy is averaging 30 points a game, so it should be a shootout. Both teams know how to move the football up and down the field.
The team in green, the Oak Grove Hornets, coached by Bobby Tyner. He has been here in one form or another, Scott, for 28 years, and it's guys like Bobby Tyner that make high school football in Arkansas so special.
He has got a record of 132, 115, and 4 coming into tonight's football game. He's seen it all. He's coached some great players. And Taylor, this year his Hornets were predicted to finish 7th in the 5 AAA. However, they are 4-1. They are perfect 2-0 in conference play, so they are surprising a lot of teams. He's got a couple of talented running backs in his backfield that he likes to give them the football, and they do produce for him. So he's got a good football team this year, and they're expected to do some good things.
You're going to see that team in green run the football almost exclusively, a wishbone kind of offense. Only 17 yards passing the entire season. But Scott, Pulaski Academy, they like to throw the ball as much as Oak Grove likes to run it.
They do throw the football. They also throw it out of a halfback option, too. So it's not just the quarterback who throws the ball. Rob Brashear is a backup quarterback, and sometimes he takes the pitch out and throws it downfield on a halfback option. So they will pull some tricks out of the bag. Kirby Norwood and his Bruins will. Kirby Norwood is 60-23. They are 3-2 this year. They were predicted to finish first in the 5A conference. They are 3-2, as I mentioned. They are 1-1 in conference play. So a lot is riding on this ball game. Oak Grove can put some distance between themselves and the Bruins. However, if PA comes through with a victory tonight, they can get right back in the race, along with BB, who is hosting Central Arkansas Christian this evening.
You're about to see the Pulaski Academy Bruins burst through the banner and take the field. Bobby Tyner, the coach at Oak Grove, 28 years here in one form or another. Let's see how his Oak Grove team has gotten to this point, a 4-1 record. Oak Grove had an opening loss at Pulaski Robinson, 49-20, and here comes Pulaski Academy. And then they've won the last 4 straight. Won at Mayflower, beat 4A Hot Springs, an impressive win, beat Perryville, and beat Atkins. And Scott, for Pulaski Academy, a win against Clarkville, a win against Subiaco Academy, and then the always tough Shiloh Christian.
Shiloh is, they've got some serious guns up there, and they are beating everybody. So actually, their loss to Shiloh Christian was 35-7. Pretty lopsided, but they got 5 sacks on Shiloh. They blocked a couple of punts against Shiloh. So their defense did some good things against Shiloh. And, you know, it sounds silly, but to hold them to 35 points may have been an accomplishment, but it was their first loss of the season. But they came back strong the next week and picked it up against Dover, 42-14, and then last week's loss to conference rival BB, 25-22. So they are 1-1 in conference play. The fortunate thing about that Shiloh loss, it was not in conference, so out of conference, and now they're back in it and looking to get that second win in conference tonight against the Oak Grove Hornets.
Field's in good shape here, and I imagine that loss to BB last week, Scott, was disheartening because BB came in, a team that does not kick extra points, but they kicked a field goal to win the game somehow.
Absolutely. A little bit out of characteristic for them. They usually go for the 2-point conversion, but when they had to, they kicked a field goal, and it was successful as time was running down in the ball game. So BB eked out a win there. And I'll tell you what, one thing to keep in mind tonight is that BB ran the ball for more than 350 yards against Pulaski Academy. So PA may have problems with a good rushing football team, and Oak Grove certainly is a good rushing football team. Their 2 backs combined have rushed for more than 1,300 yards already this season, so we'll see what develops tonight.
Lance Boykins is the man deep for the Pulaski Oak Grove Hornets. Boykins wears number 12. Set to kick off for Pulaski Academy is Matt Perry. We're underway from Oak Grove High School. Boykins from his own 5-yard line, and Comcast football is underway. This Boykins guy can really run with the football, burst through some tackles, 35, 36-yard line, a nice return. for Lance Boykins of the Pulaski Oak Grove Hornets.
Well, Bobby Tanner likes what he saw right there. Boykins, a great running back, has kept his feet on this run back, and you can see right here he picked his holes, made a good cut right there, back to the middle of the football field, danced around another defender with a spin right there, kept his feet, and Pulaski Academy is going to have to wrap up Boykins tonight if they're going to be successful.
From their own 35, Pulaski Oak Grove will go from the wishbone most of the time, and they have been a team that's run the football, and they can be deceptive on offense. And they begin 1st and 10. And the handoff is dropped on the ground, and I think Pulaski Academy has it. A big break for the Bruins. Scott, they recover a fumble, and the first break of this ball game goes to Pulaski Academy.
Number 53, Scott Landers, was Johnny on the spot right there as we take another look at it. The ball never really made the connection there with Boykins, and it hit the turf, and Scott Landers comes up with it in PA, comes up with the first big break of this football game.
Put a big star on your score sheet, and Landers, who is one of the key defensive players for Pulaski Academy, makes the big play, and now PA starts over in great field position at the 36-yard line of Oak Grove, and they will go 1st and 10.
As we mentioned, Pulaski Academy likes to do some different things, and already out of the shotgun to start this football game.
Quarterback is Thrash, and Thrash keeps the ball for the first time and picks up 5 yards. He's a guy that can throw. He had a 6-touchdown game this season, so watch for Thrash, number 10, Thomas Thrash, to do big things in the air for Pulaski Academy.
Thrash averaging 178 yards passing on the season. This time he took the direct snap. Nobody in the backfield to block for him. Saw a hole, and his play didn't follow through on that slow-mo, but a pretty solid run. Pick up a 5 yards on the play.
Bruins send a bunch of players wide. Little flip pass goes on the left side. The ball carrier is Derek Stafford. Stafford has running room, and he's near 1st down yardage.
Quick, good play, and Oak Grove is going to have to be ready to play with Pulaski Academy. They'll do all kinds of things, and the quick little shuttle to number 34, Derek Stafford. You will see a lot of him tonight as he goes around the left side, picks up the 1st down for PA.
Game began with a fumble on the first play for Pulaski Oak Grove. This is Pulaski Academy. Bruins with the ball and a 1st down. Momentum so far. Handoff goes to Stafford. Stafford left side has a gain of 5 on the play for the Bruins of Pulaski Academy.
Stafford again on the carry. Pretty good hole on that left side as Stafford took the handoff. You can see it right there. Offensive line doing a good job. Stafford gets through the initial line and picks up a few yards. And one thing, Oak Grove picks up some points during a football game. As I mentioned, they average 33 points a ball game, but they also give up a lot of points. They're allowing 25 points a game on defense.
2nd down and 6. Thrash wants to throw. Second pass of the game, rolls right, has a man. The ball is bobbled out of bounds, and the pass incomplete, and the pass intended for Pulaski Academy's Blake Miller.
Could not keep his hands on that. We take a look at it right here. Thrash rolling to the right, close to throwing this ball past the line of scrimmage, but lets it go, and you got to catch that football right there, and PA usually does a good job of catching the football.
Blake Miller, a decent defensive player as well, had 11 tackles, interception last week. 3rd and 6 for Pulaski Academy. First possession of the game. Bruins again send 2 receivers, this time wide to the right side. Eye in the backfield from the shotgun, and the handoff goes to Stafford. Stafford nailed in the backfield.
Huge play by Oak Grove on that one, keeping Stafford a loss of maybe 1 or 2 on the play. Good swarming defense by Oak Grove right there. Stafford trying to get around to the right side, but number 12, Boykins, for Oak Grove, does a good job of shucking his block and coming up with a tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
What does PA coach Kirby Norwood want to do on 4th down and a long, call it about 7 yards. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7 in Oak Grove territory. The quarterback is Thrash, rolling left, looking, tries to run for the 1st down, has it, and he's down inside the 10-yard line. So Thrash, 1st down, and a 1st and goal situation for PA.
Well, with Thrash, we've already seen his ability to run the football. He has done so on a couple occasions, and with the threat of him throwing the ball down the field, he fakes the throw right there, looks to throw, and then finds an opening, gets around the left side, and picks up the 1st down. So just because he rolls left doesn't mean he's got the option of running or throwing the football, and using that to PA's advantage.
Pulaski Academy, the team in white and gold, the visiting team here at Oak Grove. They had a fumble on the first play from scrimmage. The handoff straight to Stafford. Stafford runs down around the 5-yard line and buried there. helping make the tackle for Oak Grove appeared to be, I lost the number there, Scott, but now Eric Dunn, one of the players in on the tackle for Oak Grove.
Stafford has run the football a lot. He can also catch the football, as we see right here. Takes the direct snap, kind of weaves his way. Good running, good way to open your eyes and see the holes through the offensive line, and picks up some tough yardage.
Stafford had a 3-touchdown game in the win over Subiaco Academy. Second down and goal from the 6. Bruins, Thrash looks to pass, wants to run toward the end zone. He's in for the touchdown.
Good run by Thrash. Way to get his offense going and take advantage of a turnover by Oak Grove. Pulaski Academy gets on the scoreboard, and for Oak Grove, they did not want to get behind on the scoreboard like this. Thrash would take a look at it again. As I mentioned, the ability to throw the football, and looks to throw right there, but tucks it under, saw a hole, and weaves his way through, and just does get over the goal line with that effort, jumping effort to get across the goal line.
Thomas Thrash, number 10, scores the touchdown, and the extra point fails, and so Pulaski Academy jumps out to a 6-0 lead.
Yeah, as you can see right here, Taylor, Thrash having success running the football. Oak Grove may want to get a man and just shadow Thrash during this football game and make him either commit to throwing and prevent him from picking up those long runs when nobody's open in that secondary. Like in basketball, they have a box and one a lot of times. Oak Grove may want to consider that tonight if Thrash continues to run the football.
2 first downs, a touchdown, 36 yards on the drive, and at 8:37 in the first quarter, Pulaski Academy has a 6-0 lead on Pulaski Oak Grove, and we'll again get to see the running ability of the deep man in the offense, or the defense for what we should say for Pulaski Oak Grove, and that is Lance Boykins, who is deep to take this kick. Boykins will talk about his running ability. He was a record setter earlier this season. In fact, last week broke a record set by a guy who went on to be a Razorback. Low line drive kick on 2 hops to Boykins from the 15-yard line across the 20, 25, and he's got good yardage across the 30, 37-yard line. A nice return on a squib kick by Boykins.
Again, Boykins stays on his feet, and that's what you like to see for your return men, your running backs. Pulaski Academy's make sure you're going to wrap him up and get him down tonight, because he'll pick up some extra yardage on the second and third efforts.
Your quarterback for Pulaski Oak Grove, Anthony Jackson, number 9. He is mainly a director on this offense. He will hand the ball off in the wishbone offense, and so watch for deception and trickery from Pulaski Oak Grove. Hornets fake to Boykins, and he wants to keep. Jackson wants to keep, and the quarterback goes right side, or Johnson, I should say, and he's got a 5-yard gain, and a good job of the fullback read by your quarterback, Johnson.
Well, we take a look at it right here. Fake to the first man through, keeps it coming around the left side with the option to pitch it out. He keeps it, and one thing for Pulaski Academy is they're going to be able to stack the line of scrimmage, because as you mentioned, Taylor, the Oak Grove just does not throw the football very much.
17 total passing yards for the Oak Grove Hornets. Johnson, pitch right side with the football. Clyde Seats. Seats has got a gain of about 3, but he's short of the first down yardage.
Seats with his first carry of the football game, and he has racked up some yardage as well this season. He's picked up 611 yards, scored 8 touchdowns. Boykins has rushed for more than 750 yards this season, 769 to be exact. He too has 8 touchdowns, so they got a potent duo in the backfield.
They got 3 guys in this team who average more than 7 yards a carry. Boykins, Seats, and Bobbitt, and so it's a very, very strong wishbone offense. 3rd and 1 for PA, and now rolling left with the football, Boykins, who looked to throw and wants to run a long way and does. Big first down yardage and a gain of 25, making 25 yards for Lance Boykins, who looked to throw and then kept it.
And that was the key to that play, Taylor. Looked to throw, and they bid on that, and he kept it. And he's a big, strong kid, 6'2", 180 pounds, so he can get up and down the football field here. And just the hint of the option pass froze the secondary a little bit, allowed him to get around the corner and picked up some good yardage and had one man to beat.
I'm guessing Boykins is left-handed. If not, that was a really great fake. First down for Pulaski Oak Grove. The Hornets into the territory of Pulaski Academy the first time. Seats with a handoff, and he is buried there. And helping make the stop for Pulaski Academy is Antoine Jones, 95.
Well, as PA puts 8 and 9 players in the box there to stop the run up the middle, one good thing is if the tackles are going to be able to seal the corners and Boykins and Seeds be able to get around to the outside, pick up some yardage around the corners.
6:43 to play, first period. Pulaski Academy has a 6-0 lead on the Oak Grove Hornets. And Oak Grove has the football, and from the broken bone, now a man in motion. Here's Johnson rolling right side, pitch last second, and he's got his man, Boykins, who's got a gain of 4 or 5 yards for the Hornets.
A good play right there. Oak Grove obviously runs the football a lot, but it's important for them to have some different formations and have some men in motion just to keep PA honest a little bit. And Boykins does a good job of taking the pitch, and a good pitch by Johnson right there and picking up some good yardage.
Scott Wood is wide out to the right side. Wishbone backfield, 3rd down and 3, Oak Grove. Johnson, fake. Runs the option, left side, still keeping. Pitch at the last second, the ball to Boykins, but Boykins is shot short of 1st down yardage. Johnson has some guts there, Scott, with that last second pitch.
Well, he waited until the very last second before he pitched his ball to the outside there. Great pitch. Johnson knows how to run this option and knows when to pitch it. You can see him right here, strings along to the outside at the very last second, and really a good job by Boykins to see this ball coming. He was looking away just a little bit, but picked it up, and as you mentioned, though, short of the 1st down, brings up 4th down.
4th down and about 3, and PA will go for it on their first 4th down situation. Bobbitt goes wide to the right for Oak Grove. Boykins, and appears to be stopped short of 1st down yardage, and so Pulaski Oak Grove went for it, and they're short of the 1st down.
Well, we see right here a good spin move right there, but good defensive play by Pulaski Academy. That is number 4, Quentin Jones, coming up with the stop, holding Pulaski Academy short of the 1st down. Turnover on downs. Quentin Jones plays both ways. Good offensive player for the Bruins as well.
PA takes over on its own 26-yard line. Pair of wideouts to each side. Single back in the backfield and shotgun formation for the PA quarterback, Thomas Thrash. Play goes left side, and a great defensive play by Oak Grove ends the play. Ball is dropped, but the ball is dead. And making the tackle, C.C. Macon.
Good defensive play by Oak Grove. Number 72, Travis Theobald, was there with the initial stop, and he had some help. Held on to his jersey just enough before some help came along, and some Hornets were there to put him down for a loss on the play.
The drive started at the 26. It is 2nd down and 12 for Pulaski Academy. They hold a 6-0 lead. First quarter action on Comcast football. Thrash wants to throw. Right side, incomplete. His pass intended for Quentin Jones.
Well, that's 2 drop balls by the Bruins tonight so far. And they're not accustomed to dropping footballs. They've got a good passing game, good receiving core, and that ball may just bend outside his fingertips, but certainly a catchable football.
And Thrash has had a couple of big ball games this year. He had, in fact, one 6-touchdown game in the win at Subiaco Academy, 59-13. He threw 6 TD passes. 3rd down and 12 for the PA Bruins. Handoff goes left side and some running room. He'll be short of 1st down yardage, and with the carry, Derek Stafford of Pulaski Academy.
Good play, a defensive play by Oak Grove. Number 7, Marcus Bobbitt. Well, that was also Theobald again. Theobald all over the football field. Number 72, Travis Theobald, with the stop right there, 4th down. PA back in punt formation.
It's Kilgore who was on to punt for Pulaski Academy. Boykins is back for Oak Grove, as well as Marcus Bobbitt. A couple of good return guys. Kick goes to the right side and takes a Pulaski Academy bounce, and Bobbitt and Boykins will let it go, and so the Oak Grove Hornets will take over 1st and 10 from their own 36-yard line. They have had field position so far, their own 35, fumble, their own 37 downs, and now their own 36.
Well, they've certainly shown the ability to move the football. However, they need to close the deal on this one. Pulaski Academy doing a good job of covering the options out there, and well, they've got 8 or 9 guys in the box, so it's a little bit easier to spread them out and get them going to the sidelines.
3:43 to play, first period, and the team in green, the home team, trailing 6-0. Their quarterback is Johnson with a broken bone in the backfield. Pitch right side and with some running room, turns the corner, but then the play is stopped there, and a good defensive play on the run by Clyde Seats, and then the Bruin defense rose to the occasion.
Good block in the backfield, lead block. Boykins with the block right there on number 24, Wilson Wood, allowing Seats to pick up about 4 or 5 yards on the play.
Call it a gain of 4, and the ball's at the 40-yard line. 3:11 to play. First period. Wishbone backfield. Oak Grove Hornets. First man. It's the fake. Johnson wants to run, has a gain of 4, short of first down yardage, but out to the 45-yard line on the quarterback keeper on the option by Johnson.
Good option play, and that's what you got to do when you're that option quarterback. You got to sell that fake on the first play right there, and the fullback has got to hide that football or act like he's got it, and did a great job right there. And Johnson with the keeper, good spin move, almost enough for the first down, just short.
3rd down and 1 for Oak Grove. And the football just shy of the 45-yard line. Johnson with the wishbone in the backfield. Fakes the handoff. Johnson will keep for the first down. A gain of 3.5 for Johnson, and the second first down of the ball game for Oak Grove.
Well, exact same play as the play before. This time fake to the fullback and a keeper for Johnson. You see right here, again, picks up the first down for Johnson to keep that football moving.
We'll talk about the wishbone offense and how important reading that handoff is and how important the play of those interior linemen is, because they have to protect that handoff and give once in a while the fullback an opportunity to make a burst up the middle. 1st and 10 for Oak Grove. Man in motion to the right. Option right side. Whistle blows the play dead.
Well, that's going to be the wideout. Number 7, Marcus Bobbitt, left a little bit too early. So they'll mark this one off against Oak Grove. Illegal procedure. Back him up a little bit. Bobbitt a little bit anxious on that play. You go back to the option. Anthony Johnson, 6'2", 171-pound quarterback. He is a senior, so he's got some experience running this wishbone for Bobby Tyner.
Remember when Ken Hatfield ran the wishbone, he called it the flex bone at Arkansas. He said he always wanted big, giant guards to protect what he called that quarterback-fullback mesh. And he meant he wanted his quarterback to be able to read the fullback. And if the fullback had the play, he wanted to make the handoff or give it to the halfback, like Seats right there for a gain of 3 for Pulaski Oak Grove. But big guards helping the offense of a wishbone team.
Back to about the original line of scrimmage, pickup of about 5.5 on the play. So he got back to where they originally started. However, this time it'll be 2nd down. That was Seats on the carry.
1.5 to play, first period. Oak Grove has the ball, trailing 6-0. 3 backs in the backfield. Johnson is the quarterback with the wishbone, wide out left side. Handoff, no, it's a fake, and the pitch goes right side. First carry of the ball game, and a gain of about 2 for Jared Belasco of Oak Grove.
Well, Belasco doing a great job just to gain a few yards on this play. It looked like PA had him in the backfield right there. Fake to Seats, and then the pitch out to Belasco. As we see right here, number 82 for Pulaski Academy, Matt Moore, couldn't grab a hold of Belasco's jersey and bring him down. As a result, Belasco did a good job of gaining a couple yards on the play.
And then Jones delivered a good lick as he was heading out of bounds. 3rd and 7 for Oak Grove. They have the football in Pulaski Academy territory. Johnson fakes, wants to throw. This is not a throwing team. Lofts one up. Nice catch, completion. Boy, what a play and what a catch by Oak Grove High's Tyson Moore for a first down for Oak Grove.
Well, that equaled their season total in that one play in passing yardage. So if you're going to pick and choose when you're going to throw the football, keep them off guard and do it. This is Johnson just did get that ball off, and the play was really made by Tyson Moore. What a great catch, falling backwards, and Pulaski Academy all over him right there, the defender. So a good play by Oak Grove and a great catch by Tyson Moore.
5'9", 145. Tyson Moore made that play. First down, Oak Grove. Handoff goes to Seats, the fullback, gain of 2 on the play for Clyde Seats of Pulaski Oak Grove.
Antoine Jones in on the stop for Pulaski Academy. Good penetration through the Oak Grove offensive line, and a stop after minimal gain.
Yeah, gain less than 1 on the play. Scoring in the game started with a Pulaski Academy touchdown following a turnover, and we have reached the end of the first quarter, and Pulaski Academy holds that lead, but Oak Grove is moving the football. We take a break on Comcast football. Pulaski Academy leads Oak Grove 6-0. Back after this.
With the establishment of Community Financial Solutions, Community Bank has become a more important part of the community than ever. Community Financial Solutions offers everything you need to enhance and protect your economic future. Annuities, stocks, insurance, retirement vehicles, just about anything you can get from Wall Street is now available right here on Main Street in Cabot, Beebe, Jacksonville, Sherwood, and Ward. Community Bank. We have solutions that ordinary banks don't have. Community Bank and Community Financial Solutions. We live where you live.
New seasons bring new reasons to call Wally.
Rick, you're on the air.
Yeah, I was at the Hogs game Saturday.
Greg, you're on the air.
I've been following ULR for years.
Can he be czar of the BCS and czar of the Southeastern Conference? The man's 69 years old, for crying out loud.
The Wally Hall Show, Sundays at 6, only on Comcast Channel 18.
Oak Grove with the football, trailing 6-0 and moving it as we start the second quarter from Hornet Stadium. Full house backfield from the wishbone. Handoff. No, it's going to be a fake right side, and Johnson wants to run, looks to pitch, and then keeps the ball for a slight gain for Oak Grove. It'll bring up third down for the Hornets.
Well, that play could have been really disastrous for Oak Grove. Pulaski Academy in the backfield, and 34 Stafford right there could not hold on. Otherwise, that play would have been brought down a little bit sooner, but good defense by PA. Anyway, gain of just 3 yards.
Key ball carriers for Oak Grove, Boykins, Seats, also watch for Bobbitt, and your quarterback is Johnson. Third down and about 6.5. Handoff to Seats. No, play goes right side. It's near first down yardage, and the wishbone worked. Close to a first down for Oak Grove.
Jared Belasco is second carry of the football game, and as we take a look at it right here again, great fake and good blocking by the offensive line for Oak Grove. Belasco finds his way through and picks up a first down and got hit in the midsection. Another first down for Oak Grove, their 4th first down of this football game, and they are moving it, Taylor.
Belasco, 5'8" and 178. And Oak Grove is bouncing back from that early turnover. Johnson from 1st and 10. Second man is Boykins. Boykins has running room, and he's snowed under after a gain of about 7 for Lance Boykins.
What a game he had last week against Atkins. 302 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns. He had touchdown runs of 21 yards, 27 yards, 42, and 68. So he was a busy guy last week, and I mean, he didn't get all the carries. Clyde Seats picked up 164 yards last week as well, so their attack was a well-oiled machine last week, and so far this week they're doing good as well.
And that 300-yard game broke a record. Handoff right side. Belasco has running room, and he's got a nice gain on the play, and he's got first down yardage.
Well, Belasco, a great compliment to Boykins and Seats in that backfield, doing a great job tonight. I'm sure PA didn't really focus on Belasco getting the football tonight, with Boykins and Seats getting most of the carries so far this season. But Belasco is a senior, so he's been around a little while and knows what to expect in this Oak Grove offense.
It's 1st and goal from the 6 for the Oak Grove Hornets, trying to tie this game. Handoff, Belasco around right end, stopped short of the end zone. Belasco on the carry.
Well, he is just short of that end zone right there, Taylor, and he made a great play right here, a good read, nothing really up the middle, so he pops it around to the outside and ran into the back of his blocker right there. Otherwise, that probably would have been 6 points.
And Oak Grove now has 2nd and goal from the 1. Early second period, Oak Grove trails PA 6-0. Seats is the fullback. Handoff, Seats into the end zone. Touchdown, Oak Grove. They tie the game.
Well, on that option play, the wishbone, that first man through, it's the quick hit, catch him off guard, and when you're picking up some short yardage, that first man through has a good chance of doing it for you. Good seal block by number 70 right there, Jess Howard, the tackle, 299 pounds, doing a good job of opening the hole on that offensive line, allowed Seats to get through for the tying touchdown.
And we'll see if Oak Grove can break the tie. Kick on the way, and a penalty flag flies. The kick by Howard was good, but he got nailed after the play, and a penalty flies.
You see the block right there by Jess Howard again, allowing Seats to get through. But let's see what this penalty flag is right here.
So far, just one penalty in the game. Oak Grove penalized for 5 yards. That one likely to decline, and Oak Grove has a 7-0 lead on Seats. 1-yard touchdown run for the Hornets.
Excellent job of moving the football right there. Way to mix it up with the running backs. Boykins got in the action, Seats, and really Jared Belasco did a great job of keeping the football going and was the key figure in the Hornets drive and touchdown.
Bobby Tyner, a fixture in Central Arkansas football at Oak Grove High School for 28 years, a whole bunch of them as head coach. How many wins for Tyner over his career, Scott? 130 some?
132 wins.
Looking for 133 tonight against another veteran, Kirby Norwood. Bobby Tyner, the Oak Grove head coach, his team has taken a 1-point lead here in the second period. And as we said, a great night for football. We're expecting what? Scott, actually it's right now, it's 67 degrees. And going to get down into the 50s tonight, which is beautiful.
I was waiting for the human thermometer to...
That's a very high and unusual kick. And it kind of threw PA off. The ball was dropped. Does Oak Grove catch a break here? No, the Bruins recovered, but a very high kickoff by Oak Grove, and PA will start with decent field position.
Well, they do have good field position. Certainly no return on that high kick. Oak Grove is not, you can see the football right there, but PA being right there and coming up with that football and avoiding a turnover.
Oh, by the way, on the drive for Oak Grove, 64 yards for the touchdown and the 7-6 lead. Pulaski Academy takes over 1st and 10, its own 31-yard line. And the man with the football will be quarterback Thomas Thrash, number 10. He stands back in the shotgun formation. And they may have run the play clock down.
A little unsure, Pulaski Academy, what they wanted to do coming out of that. And actually, there you go. He motioned against Oak Grove, but corrected himself, and they will step it off against Pulaski Academy. You can see Stafford in the backfield all the time. They've done that for a couple of years now, having that running back right next to the quarterback, and he takes a lot of direct snaps and carries the football. And that was what that play was intended to do that time. As the whistle blew, they did snap the football. Let's see if they do it again.
1st down at 15. Handoff goes to Stafford, and Stafford's got about the 5 yards back. They lost on the penalty.
Eric Dunn in on the tackle for Oak Grove, along with some of his partners on the defense. Dunn, a 5'11", 205-pound junior for the Hornets. Take a look at it right here. Stafford, the handoff this time, and also in on the play, 53, Paul Killian. 5'11", 261-pound tackle. Sophomore, Killian is.
And Bobby Tyner out on the field. Our officiating crew, the referee is Johnny Boyd, umpire Bill Ed White, linesman David Grubbs, the line judge Bobby Blevins, and the back judge is Mike Sanders. And 2nd down and 12 for the Bruins from Pulaski Academy. 3 and 2. Thrash wants to throw. Thrash buys some time and is hammered as he tried to pass the original 1st down marker, and he'll get a loss on the play.
Eric Dunn brings down Thrash again, but that play was made possible by the Oak Grove secondary. PA had 4 receivers on that set. And you can see Thrash right here trying to find one of them open. Thought he had right there, decided to tuck it and run. Felt the pressure in that pocket. And Killian and his partner 53, Eric Dunn also.
Thrash alone in the backfield. He had 3 players out wide left. Passes left side. The ball is caught by Knight. Knight has 1st down yardage and a big gain for PA across midfield, and he's near the 40-yard line. And so Pulaski Academy goes to the air. Knight on the reception, and a 1st down for the Bruins.
Good play by Knight right here. We take a look at it. Open around the end. That's the play before right there.
Scott, there was a flag on this play. They're walking it back.
Penalty on the play, so this one will go back and not count, but we'll take a look at it right here, and Thrash finds Knight open on the sideline, makes a good move right here to pick up some yards after the catch, but it's all a moot point because a penalty on PA brings this one back.
And somebody for PA, and I couldn't catch the number, delivered a whale of a block. Fortunately for PA, the penalty wipes out the play, and they'll face a third down and about 15 situation, so a break goes against the Bruins.
Well, Pulaski Academy will send everybody out right here. They've got 4 guys lined up to the left.
And PA now 3rd and 15 after the big play was wiped out. Thrash rolls again, throws off, and the ball is dropped by Albritton. And Thrash done a nice job of getting free, and another penalty flag flies, and Albritton dropped the football. And Scott, the initial indication is holding, but Thrash does a good job of throwing off the wrong foot or going the wrong way and getting a ball that should have been caught.
Well, absolutely. That's 3 balls that Pulaski Academy has dropped tonight, and Kirby Norwood looking on right there, a little bit concerned about his offense. They are not clicking right now. They're dropping the football, committing penalties, and that will certainly.
And is Bobby Tyner going to back him up here? They could have declined that penalty, but he'll choose to give it. Well, is that ineligible player downfield?
Yeah, I think he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw the football. So
4th down and about 20. And so loss of down against Pulaski Academy. They are stuck. They're going to have to punt, and they boom off a nice long kick. That was Kilgore, who really got a whale of a kick. Boykins from his own 30-yard line. Boykins has some running room to the 40-yard line, and he is hit hard and knocked down by Quentin Jones, who lost his helmet in the process, but Jones made a big hit for the tackle.
I think he hit and got hit at the same time. The helmet popped off right there. Boykins a pretty big guy, and a good cutback by Boykins right here, but to Quentin Jones' credit, he was the one down the field initially, got it back on his feet, and came down and made the tackle, as you can see right here, led with his head, and the chin strap came off, and the helmet flew.
Gave a good shot there. Slow getting up on the play. Pulaski Academy's Matt Law, and he heads off the field. Let's check Oak Grove field position so far. Their own 35, their own 37, their own 36, and now they will begin at their own 45-yard line. They scored on their last possession, a 64-yard drive, extra point, made it 7-6, and we stand there right now with 7.5 to play in the second period. Oak Grove with the ball inside, handoff. Brasco again. He's got nice yardage across midfield, and another good run by Jared Belasco of Oak Grove.
Belasco coming through like a senior for this Oak Grove Hornet team tonight. Had some great runs in that previous drive for the Hornets. Good fake by Johnson on the handoff to Seats, the fake handoff to Seats, gives it to Belasco and picks up close to a 1st down.
I'm told by Jim Atchley has done a good job with the stats for Oak Grove. Some information on Belasco. That play is stopped dead, probably short of the 1st down. We'll pass it along in a second here, but they're close to 1st down yardage. A ball across midfield about the 40-yard line, and a good job by the interior of the PA line to stop the play. It is a 1st down. The word on Belasco is he's getting his first major action of the year. He spent a day or so in the hospital with meningitis. And so this is his first action since the first game of any significance. So Belasco, along with Boykin, Seats, and Bobbitt, really proves to be a threat for Bobby Tyner and Oak Grove. They got a 1st down at the 40-yard line of Pulaski Academy, moving the ball once again. Boykins, and Boykins a gain of maybe 5 on the play for Lance Boykins of Oak Grove.
Taylor, I tell you what, a lot of credit should go to the Oak Grove offensive line. They are creating the holes, and for the backs that Oak Grove has tonight, they are doing a good job of not being brought down by the first man that touches them. So picking up some extra yards right there, and you see Boykins had a big hole to run through. So credit goes to the Hogs up front for the Hornets.
And the Hornets picked up 5, and they've got the ball at about the 41-yard line of Pulaski Academy. These Hornets 4-1. but picked 7th in 5 AAA. PA picked to win the thing, and they've lost twice this season. Boy, quick handoff to Seats, and Seats has got first down yardage. And that was one kind of slick handoff, and Seats made that play work, and good blocking on the play helped it happen as well.
Well, Taylor, they've done such a good job of faking that handoff and making it look like he was getting the handoff, so when he does get it, it catches him a little bit off. And Seats doing a great job of popping that quick handoff up for some big yardage.
Oak Grove's churning out the yards. 7 first-half first downs for the Oak Grove Hornets, and they're moving the ball again. This drive started on their own 45-yard line. They're at the 29 now of the opponent, Pulaski Academy. Velasco handoff and virtually no gain on the play.
A few Bruins in on the play. Number 95, Quentin Jones, and number 54, Matt Zaffaroni, in on the play for PA.
From the 28, 2nd down and 9 for Oak Grove. Scott Wood comes wide to the right side for the Hornets. Johnson, fullbacks in the backfield, will keep it. Johnson's got running room. Johnson spins. Johnson's got first down yardage, and he is down inside the 15-yard line.
Again, doing a great job on the option play. Anthony Johnson has run this option beautifully tonight. The pitch was certainly not there, and no defender had Johnson on that play, so he saw that hole down the right side, picked it up, and the ball was on the turf, but he was on the ground before the ball came out.
Tyson Moore comes wide to the right side with the wishbone. Handoff to Belasco again, and Belasco has a pickup inside the 5-yard line. Pulaski Oak Grove knocking on the door.
Belasco a little bit frustrated on that one. He kept his foot for that last stride. He would have been into the end zone, but you can see right here, just got tripped up and couldn't keep his feet.
2nd down. They can get a first down. The ball's at about the 4. First down at around the 2. So 2nd and 2 from the 4. Inside handoff, Seats, and Seats maybe a yard, but he'll be short of the first down and short of the end zone.
That's the play that scored for them on their last possession, trying to make it work again, and almost just a little bit short of that end zone.
After an opening game loss to Pulaski Robinson, Oak Grove has bounced back. They've beaten Mayflower, Hot Springs, Perryville, Atkins, and trying to make it Pulaski Academy, and then timeout is called with the clock reading 3:48 second period. And Oak Grove on top 7-6. Bobby Tyner wants to talk it over. And Scott, let's check out our coming schedule on Comcast. What's up next week for us?
Next week we got a great matchup. Our first look at Central for the season as Parkview will travel to Central to take on the Tigers there. It'll be they got a pretty good running back I hear over there as well at Central, so it'll be good to see Central play for the first time this season. And then after that, we got Catholic at McClellan. We finished out the season Robinson at J.A. Fair on November the 2nd, Sylvan Hills at Mills. And then we finished the season with Central again taking on the Hall High Warriors.
Another great season of high school football on Comcast. You're watching a good one here. We saw Pulaski Academy take an early fumble and score, and then Oak Grove come back and score, and now Oak Grove is trying to pick up one more fumble. They've done it with the running of Belasco, with Boykins, with Seats, the quarterback Johnson, and they're going to measure now and see if first down yardage was picked up on the last play. Or they're going to just determine where the ball is on the field, actually, I suppose. They've already determined that it was not a first down.
Last week, Pulaski Academy, as we've said, lost to BB 25-22, a pretty close ball game. However, Pulaski Academy's defense allowed 433 yards rushing by BB last week. So when there's a good ground attack, Pulaski Academy tends to struggle just a little bit, and Belasco wanted to get into the end zone right there. He smelled it, but couldn't do it, couldn't keep his feet. So Oak Grove doing a great job of running the football tonight, and they are obviously a running football team, Taylor. They've thrown one pass, and it wasn't a thing of beauty. It was successful, but not a thing of beauty. So Pulaski Academy will be tested on the ground tonight, as they have been so far in this first half.
And it took a nice catch by Tyson Moore to make the pass happen. 3rd down and less than a yard from about the 3.5-yard line. Inside handoff, Clyde Seats. He is short, I believe short of the first down. We'll wait for the officials.
Well, this will be close. Again, seats, as we see right here, just a clogged up middle. And Pulaski Academy doing a good job of stuffing the hole right there. And I get a number on that jersey. It's a good play. I think that's number 82, Matt Moore, who plugged the hole right there and kept seats out of the end zone. We'll see if he kept it from a first down, and he did so, it looks like.
And this is a drive that started at the Oak Grove 45-yard line. And good defense by Pulaski Academy. Virtually no gain on that play, and it brings up 4th down and very short yardage. And coming in with the play for Oak Grove is 11, Scott Wood, and they'll, of course, go for it on 4th down, deep in enemy territory. 4th and goal from about the 3 for the Oak Grove Hornets. See if this crowd can get involved. Oak Grove on top, 7-6. And Johnson has seats in the backfield with Belasco and Boykin.
Wouldn't be surprised to see him take it to the outside right here.
Johnson gives the ball Boykin. He dropped the football, recovered by Pulaski Academy. And the Bruins rise up and stop the play, force the fumble, and PA will take over as Boykin's got the ball on the handoff and dropped the football for the 2nd time in the game.
Well, you say it's a break for PA, and it was a break, but sometimes you make your own breaks, and that was a matter of getting your hands in the right spot and forcing that fumble by Boykins, and Pulaski Academy dodges a bullet right there.
And for Oak Grove, its 2nd fumble of the game. Of course, the result is virtually the same. It is the same as if they had been stopped on 4th down. So in some ways, that is not a turnover that hurts you. And now PA must try to work out of a hole from very deep in its own territory. And the inside handoff to Stafford gains maybe half a yard.
This is a big series for both PA and Oak Grove's defense. PA really needs to get something established offensively. They've been out of sync pretty much the entire first half. They did score on that opening possession for them. They had great field position, but since then they've been out of sync offensively.
So far, or their field position after they took that the fumble early in the game and scored, their own 26, their own 31, and now their own 1, where it's 2nd down and 9. Thrash with no protection in the backfield right now from under center, and Thrash will keep, and he's got a nice gain and has himself some running room.
That one's going to be close to a first down, and that'll be a big first down if it is, to get them a little bit of breathing room. Thrash up under center this time. He hasn't taken many snaps up under center tonight, usually in the shotgun, but good seal by PA's offensive line. A huge hole that Thrash ran through and did pick up the first down.
PA's 3rd first down of the first half of play. 2.5 to play. Pass left side. Stafford dropped the football, incomplete.
Well, Kirby Norwood's got to be beside himself tonight. That is 4 drop balls by Pulaski Academy, and this is a team that usually prides themselves on catching the football. It was right there. Thrash got a little bit anxious to run upfield and took his eye off the football, and incomplete pass.
2nd down and 10 for the PA Bruins. 3 players go split to the left side. It'll be Thrash alone in the backfield, and he's got 2 guys wide to the right. PA showing a wide open offense here, and they want to run the football. And Thrash has some running room, picks up a block, and he's got a nice gain in the play. He is hammered near the end of the play, but a good run by Thrash, making a big hit. CC making for Oak Grove.
Well, Thrash comes up limping a little bit on the play, and he had 4 receivers on the play. However, he's thrown the football a lot and has been dropped so far tonight, so he might be losing a little confidence in his receivers right now. So he saw a hole and tried to create some offense on his own to get this offense going a little bit. But you see right there, number 41 for Oak Grove wrapped his feet up, Colin Galloway, and Thrash came up limping just a little bit.
And then Macon came in and made the hit. He was close to first down yardage, and they'll measure. Missed it by that much.
Short. Good camera work right there to see that he did not get it. So 3rd down.
Now this crew is an excellent crew, Scott. Of course, they leave from here and go do the Monday night game for ABC, but we're lucky to have them here for this one. These guys do a super job.
They do a great job. They travel all around.
Oh, so. It's amazing. They say that we're a lot easier to work with than Dennis Miller and Al Michaels, too.
Well, you know, they're the high-paid guys. And
2.5 to play, first period. PA was just short. They'll have 3rd and less than 1. They're back in Oak Grove territory, back in their own territory, trying to overcome a 7-6 Oak Grove lead. And once again, they send everybody out, and this time under center is Thrash. And Oak Grove unsure of what to do, and Thrash will keep. Did he surge enough for the first down yardage? It'll be close, Ed. First down. Fourth first down of the game for PA.
Well, we take a look at it right here. He tried to give the hard cadence to draw Oak Grove off sides, and it looked like that his offensive line moved just a little bit soon. However, he did have enough to pick up the first down right there. I mean, it was just enough.
And when you flank guys out as wide as PA does, you've got to respect that some, and you can't stack up too much to stop the run. And so that was a fairly easy first down for PA. This time they send two players out wide to each side. Thrash wants to throw, rushed by Boykins, and Boykins snows him under. Boykins comes in, then he's helped out by 72, Travis Thibault.
I've been looking for the blitz all night long. They've Boykins coming around the corner just really had a free shot at Thrash, and a big play by Oak Grove.
Yep, nobody touched Boykins. Thibault got there at the end of the play, but give the sack to Boykins. Loss of 7 on the play, second down and 17 for Pulaski Academy. You saw where a minute ago lining up in passing formation was a benefit to PA, and that time with a flag going didn't help. Pass right side, pass complete, first down yardage. Flags have flown though, and who's on the receiving end of that play? Was that 2 or 4?
That was number 2. But this play was not going to happen from the beginning. The flag was thrown by the umpire. Bill Ed White in the backfield saw something from Pulaski Academy, and actually that was number 1, Derek Owens, with the reception.
We had him surrounded. And PA is penalized again unofficially. Now 3 penalties and 20 yards for Pulaski Academy. Brings up second down and very long. Second and 22 for the Bruins. And they're getting backed up. The ball is on the 12-yard line, their own 12.
Well, this is the area of the football field with 1:02 to go in this half that you don't want to turn the ball over and create an opportunity for Oak Grove right here. So Pulaski Academy, important to remember to hold on to the football and not turn it over.
Thrash wants to throw, flips it out right side. The pass is complete. On the receiving end, Matt Moore, and they get some of that yardage back. And yeah, you're right, Scott, with even under a minute to play, they have to punt right here. And Oak Grove's got a shot at the football, but they gain yardage and the clock keeps running now, and under 30 seconds to play in the first half.
Still not back to the original line of scrimmage for Pulaski Academy, third down, but more importantly, the clock continues to tick. And Thrash still in the shotgun.
Clock down to 15 seconds, 3rd and 11, near the end of the first half, over the middle. Pass is incomplete, nearly intercepted. There to help make the play, Marcus Bobbitt for Oak Grove, and the clock is stopped with 9 seconds. It'll bring up 4th and long for Pulaski Academy.
Well, what this does is gives Boykins an opportunity to bring the, run a punt back. And I'm kind of surprised that they threw that football, enabling that clock to stop and giving Oak Grove a chance to run it back. He's had some good kickoff returns tonight, and he certainly will can keep his feet right here, and they do kick it to him. Actually,
from the 45,
Marcus Bobbitt.
And Bobbitt tries to get running room. Bobbitt turns the corner. He's got some room. Bobbitt, with no time on the clock, had a return of 17 yards, but not enough for, well, he needed to make the touchdown. It wasn't enough for that. And Oak Grove will go to the locker room with the lead. So the team in green fell behind 6-0, and they come back and they score the touchdown early in the second period and lead this football game 7-6. And you wondered, would Oak Grove try and get the ball in the hands of Boykins? Couldn't quite do it, and it was Bobbitt who had a nice gain on the play, but short of the first down. We head toward halftime, and our score is Oak Grove 7, Pulaski Academy 6. Back with more from Pulaski Oak Grove High after this.
When you find the one you love, don't screw it up.
I thought we had something special.
It is special. I just need a little freedom.
Now he'll give up everything and do anything just to get her back.
By the time you realize what a mistake you just made, I will be long gone.
Freddie Prinze Jr., Julia Stiles.
She's perfect for me. I gotta get her back.
Down to You is in demand.
Wow. I'm in love.
Pay-per-view for the demanding viewer. You rule.
Your home is a reflection of you, of your world, and your place in it. So if you want to put digital TV entertainment in your home, why put this stuff on top of it? Comcast Digital Cable gives you all this on your TV without a satellite dish on your roof. So your beautiful home is still your beautiful home. Comcast Digital Cable.
We're at halftime from Pulaski Oak Grove High School, and the homestanding Hornets lead the PA Bruins 7-6. And we saw an early mistake in the game, Scott, by, hey,
there we are.
We're on TV. How about that? Early mistake in the game by Pulaski Oak Grove, and Pulaski Academy capitalized, and then Oak Grove came back.
Absolutely, and you know, really, Pulaski Academy did a good job of scoring that touchdown on that turnover by Oak Grove, because since that point on, they have really been out of sync offensively, and I'm impressed with Oak Grove's ability to run the option. Anthony Johnson does a great job as their senior quarterback. He knows how to run the option, and they've run it with success tonight, and it's for Oak Grove. I'm sure they're glad to get Jared Belasco back from a bout of meningitis in the hospital, so they've got a triple threat in that backfield, and they've used it successfully tonight.
And Belasco has been a nice surprise. Scott, they've got a bunch of backs who can do things, and so you got to feel this Bobby Tyner team has got strength in numbers, and they've got a lot of guys who can do a lot of things with the football on the ground really well.
Well, not expected to do a lot when the season started, and they took a thrashing by Pulaski Robinson, 49-20 to start the season, but have rattled off 4 wins in a row and are really on top in the 5 AAA conference and looking to do more. And they possibly could. They've got a great offense, and they're a well-oiled machine.
We're going to pause for a few seconds here. Enjoy the band. A lot of times these guys don't get the credit they should, but these kids work hard, and a key part of high school athletics and academics is the extracurricular activities like high school band. Nice job, nice job. 7-6 your halftime score. Pulaski Oak Grove leads Pulaski Academy. Back with more from Hornet Stadium after this.
Comcast is building a cool new world in your neighborhood. We're currently working in these Little Rock areas. During the day, your service may be disrupted, but should be restored by 5 p.m. If not, please call us at 375-0104. We may be in your neighborhood for up to 2 weeks, but once we're done, you'll be able to enjoy Comcast like never before on a state-of-the-art fiber optic system with higher quality picture and sound, more requested channels, improved reliability, and coming soon, high-speed internet service. Comcast, bringing a cool new world to you.
With the establishment of Community Financial Solutions, Community Bank has become a more important part of the community than ever. Community Financial Solutions offers everything you need to enhance and protect your economic future. Annuities, stocks, insurance, retirement vehicles, just about anything you can get from Wall Street is now available right here on Main Street in Cabot, Beebe, Jacksonville, Sherwood, and Ward. Community Bank. We have solutions that ordinary banks don't have. Community Bank and Community Financial Solutions. We live where you live.
Back at Hornet Stadium, and it's Oak Grove leading Pulaski Academy 7-6. Taylor Carr and Scott Philbrick. And Scott, what does the second half hold for these two football teams?
Well, for Oak Grove, I think much of the same, Taylor. They're doing a good job running the option and getting the ball to their triple threat in the backfield. For Pulaski Academy, they've got to really establish something offensively, and for them, in order for them to do that, their receivers have got to catch the football. Thrash has gotten them the football, but they've dropped 4 passes in that first half, and confidence has got to be reestablished for the Bruins for them to be successful offensively.
You saw Clyde Seats' touchdown to tie the game. The point after made it 7-6, and we stand there right now. 7-6. Pulaski Oak Grove leads Pulaski Academy. Back with second half action after this on Comcast Football.
To call Wally.
Rick, you're on the air.
Yeah, I was at the Hogs game Saturday.
Greg, you're on the air.
I've been following ULR for years.
Can he be czar of the BCS and czar of the Southeastern Conference? The man's 69 years old, for crying out loud.
The Wally Hall Show, Sundays at...
And welcome back to high school football on Comcast Cable. Great game in the first half, Scott. Oak Grove fell behind and came back and took the lead.
They did that, and they had a great option attack. Good triple threat in the backfield with Jared Belasco back there, as well as Lance Boykins and Clyde Seats and Anthony Johnson doing a great job of running that option. Got some first half stats for you we'll run through. Oak Grove with 161 total yards of offense. They held the ball for more than 13 minutes, close to 14 minutes. 143 rushing, and they doubled their passing for the year with 18 yards. They had Johnson was 1 for 1 with for 18 yards. The triple threat in the backfield split up the rushing duties. Boykins 8 carries, 41 yards. Seats had 10 carries for 33 yards, and Belasco, his first game back since the first game of the season, 7 carries, 40 yards. So good distribution. Seats with that 1 touchdown for Oak Grove. Pulaski Academy, 78 yards total offense, 59 rushing, 19 on the pass. Thrash, 2 of 6 for 19 yards passing. He also carried the ball 8 times for 34 yards and a touchdown. And number 34, Stafford, 6 carries for 16 yards. So Oak Grove doing a good job defensively, keeping Pulaski Academy off guard. Pulaski Academy has got to catch this football in the second half if they want to get their offense on track and stay in this football game, Taylor.
Pulaski Academy has already lost 1 game conference, Scott. They're 1-1 in the 5 AAA. They cannot afford another conference loss.
They cannot afford, especially with Pulaski Oak Grove playing good football like they are. There's a big matchup at Beebe tonight as well. Beebe undefeated in conference play, also hosting Central Arkansas Christian tonight, so that'll be a big game as well. And for Oak Grove, they got a pretty tough schedule coming down the stretch. 3 of their next 4 ball games are on the road. They are at CAC next week. They play at home against Dover on the 20th. Then they hit the road at Beebe on the 27th, and then finish the season at Lamar on November the 3rd. So a big ball game for them tonight as well to remain undefeated in conference play.
And Derek Stafford drops back deep for Pulaski Academy. Oak Grove will kick off to start the second half, and football is underway. Good high kick at the 30-yard line. Gain of 5, 6, 7, and then snowed under there. And the ball was fumbled and recovered by Oak Grove. Oh boy, Oak Grove catches the break early in the second half.
Well, I'll tell you what, certainly not what Pulaski Academy had in mind here. PA fighting for extra yardage, and that ball came out late, and on the bottom of the pile holding the football, it looked like Boykins was on there too, number 12. So for an offense that could not get on track, Coach Kirby Norwood not happy about this, and Oak Grove has a good shot.
And they begin at the 38 of the opponent, their best field position of the game, and we have now seen on back-to-back plays fumbles. Johnson couldn't find the handle on the fumble on the play, and a loss of yardage for Oak Grove as Johnson lost the football trying to make the handoff happen. Was it Seats? Yep, couldn't make it go.
Well, that play was made by Pulaski Academy, really getting into the secondary early on. Seats, Johnson ran into his own man trying to block number 75, Chris Haas. Stumbled a little bit and coughed up the football.
The fumble was the first turnover for Pulaski Academy. Pass and incomplete, and so really just the second legitimate effort at a pass we've seen by Oak Grove. As Scott pointed out, they'd only had 17 yards passing on the season coming into this game. Completed one 18-yarder today and surpassed their season total.
Well, as you can see right there, that ball well overthrown. Intended receiver Marcus Bobbitt. And they are a running football team, folks.
3rd and 12, and they go with the wishbone. Seats is your fullback. Faking the handoff, dropped, and Johnson picks it up, but PA comes through and makes a big defensive play, and helping make the play is Richie Owens of Pulaski Academy.
Well, okay. What did they do to those footballs at halftime, man, Taylor?
We have seen the ball on the ground on, 3 of the 4 times somebody's touched the ball here since the kickoff. And Oak Grove's got to kick it as they face a 4th and 15. So the second half has looked pretty ugly. And PA came after the kicker, but the punt is away. The ball bounced from the 20 down inside the 10-yard line. So a great punt by Oak Grove, and they'll force PA way back in Bruin territory.
Well, good punt, but great roll as well for Oak Grove. That ball down inside the 10-yard line, down to the 6. And so Pulaski Academy has their work cut out for them in their first offensive series of the second half after they're fumbled to start the half. So let's see what Coach Norwood said to these guys at halftime. Probably said, you know what, we got to catch the football, receivers. The ball has been catchable footballs. Thrash has gotten them the ball in that first half, but 4 drops. He was 2 of 6 in that first half. 4 drop passes, so they got to do a better job of that in the second half.
The quarterback is Thrash. Thrash, handoff, Stafford. Stafford's got maybe 5 yards on the play on the run by Stafford of Pulaski Academy.
Stafford camps out right next to the center a lot, and a lot of the times he'll take the snap directly with the football. This time it's Thrash taking the snap, quick handoff to Stafford, and that's a pickup of about 6 yards on the play.
And it's 2nd down and 4 for PA. They trail by 1. Stafford close to first down yardage. And he's a good, solid ball carrier. If you can get a good close-up shot of Stafford, Joseph, let's try and show that to our viewers here, because Stafford is a kid who really makes some things happen with the football, and he is playing with a deformed left arm and manages to hold on to the football. And this kid's an athlete and someone who overcomes some adversity and is really a great example. So if we get a shot of Stafford, let's there he is in the backfield. And he's one of the top ball carriers for Pulaski Academy, a kid that really makes things happen.
Runs the football well, also a good receiver out of the backfield for PA. And that one again, here we go. A drop pass, the intended receiver, Derek Owens right there, hit him right in the chest and could not hold on to the football. That was their nemesis in the first half, and here we go again in the second half. It's got to be frustrating, Taylor, for Thrash to get them the football on a consistent basis, and the receivers not coming up with it.
Scott, that's 4 or 5 drop passes in this game by PA. They've got a punt. Bobbitt drops back with Boykin for Oak Grove. And watch for Lance Boykins. A high kick and not very deep. That'll be great field position for Oak Grove, and PA downs the football before it takes more of an Oak Grove bounce. Owens jumps on the football, so a short kick, and the Hornets of Oak Grove have great field position.
Well, so far 2 possessions, 1 for each team, and neither one has really produced anything. Both teams looking out of sync to start this second half. Temperatures dropped a little bit. It's a little bit chillier. They've had some time to rest in the locker room, cool down a little bit, so both teams need to get on track, and Oak Grove's had this is their second good opportunity right here.
It's down to 61 degrees right now. Great night for football. Pitch goes to the right side. Belasco chased down from behind, and boy, PA rises up and make the big defensive play, running him down from the backside. Antoine Jones.
Well, Antoine Jones has made some good defensive plays in this second half, early part of the second half so far, spreading Belasco out to the sideline, not allowing him to turn upfield. And a good effort by Jones to bring Belasco down for a big loss on the play.
Loss of 7, 2nd and 17 for the Oak Grove Hornets. The second half has been plagued by fumbles, but a couple of good defensive plays as well. Handoff, Belasco has some room, forced out of bounds, gain of 4.5, 5 yards in the play for Belasco.
And again, Antoine Jones in on the tackle. He's been everywhere in the series beforehand. He stuck his arm in there and coughed up, forced Johnson to cough up the football. They did recover it, but here he is again, as you can see, fighting off the block from Boykins and coming up with a play. Good effort by Jones.
And you saw Derek Stafford in there helping make the play on defense. A lot of these kids will play both ways, and Stafford makes some tackles on defense and makes things happen on the offensive side of the ball, too. 3rd and 13 for Oak Grove in PA territory. Belasco, handoff again, short gain, and he's met and snowed under by Josh Daly of Pulaski Academy.
PA showing blitz on that one, really stacking the line. We can take a look at it right here. Belasco with the carry. And Daly doing a good job of holding on and coming down with a solo tackle right there.
Oak Grove on 4th and a long 10 will drop Pruss back. Matt Pruss, number 8, is their kicker. And PA sends Quentin Jones back, and the ball is kicked out of bounds, but inside the 20 or near the 20-yard line. And so another exchange of the football, and PA will come out with it and go 1st and 10 from around their own 20.
Not one of the better punts. About a, well, let's see, it looked like an about 11-yard punt on the play off the side of his foot. So Pulaski Academy, again, Oak Grove could not capitalize on great field position, their second possession of the second half. And again, they were inside Pulaski Academy territory, but the Bruins stood tall on defense.
Each team has had the ball twice. We've had 3 punts and a fumble so far. Nothing happened in the second half. 7:13 to play in the 3rd quarter. And Thrash is still going to keep calling the signals there. Direct handoff goes to Stafford. Stafford wants to run right side, has some room. Stafford finally hit hard by the Oak Grove defense, but making the initial hit for Pulaski Oak Grove, Colin Galloway.
Well, that was an awkward play because I think Thrash expected, even Thrash expected a flag to be thrown right there. He moved in the backfield and then just kind of hesitated and looked around, but no flag hit the ground. And Stafford gets around the right side and picks up some good yardage, a gain of 6 on the play.
And Boykins helped string that play along as well for Oak Grove. Pulaski Academy faces 2nd and 4. Thrash looks to throw to his left, has Stafford. Stafford makes the catch, but he's tackled right away short of the 1st down.
Yeah, I don't even believe that that was actually a loss on the play of probably a yard right here. A quick out to Stafford. Comes up with the catch right there, but good play by Oak Grove, and that is number 41 for the Hornets, Colin Galloway. Read the play well and came up and dropped PA Stafford for a loss.
3rd and almost 5 for Oak Grove. You got wideouts out everywhere. Thrash rolls to his right side, buys some time, pass. He's got 1st down yardage, and he's got a man. PA a completion, and a nicely done job by Pulaski Academy on the receiving end, Derek Owens.
Well, it's important for PA not really to get away from their game plan and what they've done so far this season, and they have mixed up the run and the pass, so it's important for them to continue to pass the football, and Thrash has got to regain some confidence in his receivers, and a good catch right here by Derek Owens. It's a good catch because he held on to the football, but that picks up a 1st down, and maybe Pulaski Academy with that reception will get on track offensively.
PA looking to move the football into Oak Grove territory, and whistles go off, and we won't have a play right now.
It looks like Stafford has got something wrong with his uniform. The officials saw it, and he will go out for at least a play. In for PA is number 24, Wilson Wood. Will take the place of Stafford on this play.
No offense so far, second half. Oak Grove, the team in green, has your lead 7-6. 5:25 to play, 3rd period from Hornet Stadium at Pulaski Oak Grove High School. These two teams, both members of 5 AAA. Thrash going to run it just right away. Takes off, gain of maybe 3 yards on the play for the PA quarterback, Thomas Thrash. I want to give a big attaboy as we watched Thrash on the run a second ago. Looked like a straight run all the way. We showed you the Pulaski Academy band just before halftime. Then we saw the Oak Grove band. What a super job they did, directed by Carl Mouton, the assistant band director Beth Bem, and then the dance team coached by Ashley Washam. Super job and great extracurricular events the kids are involved in here, and great school activities. Did a good job by the folks who help out. Pass right side, and it's complete but short of a 1st down. Drew Albritton made the catch, and he's very near 1st down yardage. He might, probably just a little bit short.
Albritton on the catch, and a good throw. It was a sharp throw from Thrash, and Albritton doing a good job of catching that football. As you mentioned, close to the 1st down, just a little bit shy.
3rd and less than a yard. Texas, the play signaled in by PA. Trailing by a point. Handoff, 1st down yardage. Look at Stafford go. He's got a gain of 8, 9, 10 yards. Nice run by Stafford for a Pulaski Academy 1st down. And I'm really impressed by this running back, Derek Stafford.
Did a great job on that play, especially that play intended to go up the middle. And really nothing there available Oak Grove doing a good job of jamming up the middle, so Stafford sees that, pops to the outside, had good vision of the field, and a good decoy by Derek Owens right there. Not really a block, more of a got in the way, and Stafford round to the outside, picks up a first down for the Bruins.
We've seen Stafford run with the ball. We've seen him play defense. We've seen him catch passes. That's not bad. Stafford is making things happen for Pulaski Academy. First down and 10 for the Bruins. Direct handoff, reverse, and now a pass, throwing it downfield. Man in the end zone. Touchdown for PA from Owens to Jones. How about that? A reverse and a halfback pass for a touchdown.
Taylor, that's what Kirby Norwood likes to do, and you can expect a lot of things from this Pulaski Bruin offense, and there we go. Looked like a reverse, but it was an option reverse. Derek Owens throws it upfield, and Oak Grove caught off guard on that one. Intended receiver was wide open as we take a look at it right here. Here's the handoff to Derek Owens, and right away you can tell he's going to throw the football. Lines it up, and a good pass by Owens right there. And downfield, wide open receiver, touchdown, Pulaski Academy Bruins, number 4, Quentin Jones on the receiving end.
Owens to Jones, total of 39 yards on the play. PA has the lead. They're going to try and pass and make it. They do. They make the 2-point conversion, and PA now takes the lead 14, or will take the lead 14-7. Put the points on the board. Pulaski Academy comes through. They pass for the touchdown, pass for the 2-point conversion, and on the receiving end both times it was for Quentin Jones.
Well, that's certainly one way to get your offense on track and get your receivers some confidence in there. Try something, pull it out of your playbook, and make it happen. Pulaski Academy, we've seen it for a couple years now. They like to. They've got a few tricks up their sleeves, and they pull them out when they need to. And this was a time that they needed to, and that play worked to perfection.
2-point conversion, Thrash to Jones, and the touchdown, which was on the reverse and the long pass, and that was also to Jones, and just like that, PA has gone from trailing this game 7-6 to leading 14-7. And it all takes place with 3:26 remaining, third quarter, and now the Bruins have the lead. Exciting high school football. Kirby Norwood and Bobby Tyner locked in a real good battle here, and this is an important battle in 5 AAA because Pulaski Academy comes in already 1-1, and then Oak Grove 1-0 in conference. And a good kickoff from the goal line, and Boykins had the ball in the end zone, so he'll return it out to the 20-yard line, and PA will take, or rather Oak Grove will take over there.
Well, that's the thing about high school football. Once that ball is in the end zone, regardless, that ball goes out to the 20-yard line. It's not like college or the pros where they have the option of running it out. High school football, if it's kicked into the end zone, rolls into the end zone, then it is out to the 20.
Pulaski Academy holds the lead in this game for the second time. By the way, that drive was 72 yards, capped by the 39-yard touchdown pass from Owens to Jones. So now PA has the lead, and the Bruins play defense. Inside handoff, and it works. It's Seats. Seats has got running room. Seats is going to go. Seats is going to go 80 yards to the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown. The inside handoff goes to Seats, and Clyde Seats races 80 yards, and Oak Grove has the lead back.
Well, that's the quick pop up the middle. Clyde Seats, it's worked a couple times tonight, and that's one way to get your offense back on track for Oak Grove. A great job, a quick handoff to Seats. He popped the middle, broke a tackle, and he was off to the races. That's an 80-yard run by Clyde Seats.
And Seats has both of Oak Grove's touchdowns. The first one came in the second period. And 14-13 is the score, and Oak Grove will try and tie it up. There's your kick on the way, and it's no good. The kick was wide, and Pulaski Academy will hold the lead 14-13. So the very important kick to tie the game fails. And here's the run, the touchdown by number 6, Clyde Seats.
Well, a good run there and a good effort by Seats to keep his feet. And from that point on, he saw nothing but green and end zone, and he found it. However, the missed PAT is crucial for Oak Grove, as they could not get that one to go through the uprights, and so they still trail by a point to Pulaski Academy, 14-13, and Bobby Tyner certainly wanted to see that one go through the uprights for Oak Grove.
I imagine Bobby's a bit chilly, Scott. It's kind of cool out here. We're down in the 50s now, 59 degrees, and he's in the heat of a big battle here, and his team fell behind early, 6-0, took the lead 7-6, fell behind 14-7, and then just scored seconds ago, and the PAT failed and made it 14-13. So now Oak Grove will kick off, 3:07 to play, third period, and we're locked in a pretty good battle here. Kirby Norwood's Pulaski Academy Bruins against the Hornets with Bobby Tyner as the head coach, and the Hornets will kick it off in the third quarter after they had just scored. And again, a high kick, and it will be at the 40-yard line, and the whistles go off immediately, and it'll be great field position for Pulaski Academy.
Well, immediately when Pulaski Academy caught this kickoff, the whistle blew as if he had called for a fair catch. But Taylor, I didn't see his arm go up to indicate a fair catch.
No. But they are going to mark the ball in a good spot for the Bruins, just shy of the 40-yard line. And we'll call it the 39. So Pulaski Academy takes over at its own 39-yard line, leading this ball game 14-13, following the Oak Grove score and the missed PAT. And, well, mark the ball 39 is where PA will start. Clock is at 3:03, third quarter. Thrash, the quarterback, wideouts everywhere. Stafford with a little quick pitch. Stafford has a gain, first down, 15, 20, 25, 30-yard gain for Stafford and forced out of bounds. And actually, count that, I guess, as a complete forward pass, right, Scott?
Absolutely. It's a shuttle pass right up the quick shuttle pass you can see right there. And Stafford does a great job of getting around to the right side. It's really the first time that Pulaski Academy has had the shuttle pass break for some big yardage, but Stafford does it right there all the way down inside the Oak Grove 30-yard line.
And a run of 32 yards for Stafford. It really goes as a pass completion, though, and it's 1st and 10 for Pulaski Academy. And with a 14-13 lead, the Bruins moving the football. Been a game of swinging momentum for a while. You thought Oak Grove had it. Now PA clearly has it. And Stafford nearly trapped in the backfield, almost lost the football. He was down, though, and he is trapped for no gain. And it's funny, Scott, we mentioned that perhaps Pulaski Academy has the momentum here. Even though Oak Grove just scored, it was huge for PA. They missed the extra point.
Absolutely. That had to be a big letdown for Oak Grove. Seats runs for 80 yards, apparently to tie this score up, but they are still trailing after the missed PAT, and now Pulaski Academy's driving again. And that is Thomas Brooks that comes through with the tackle.
Stafford lost a yard on the play. And now Stafford and Thrash in the backfield. Thrash got a big rush on, a little screen pass left side, did not set up properly, incomplete, third down and 11 for Academy.
Well, Thrash had to get rid of that just a little bit sooner than he was ready to. Stafford, the intended receiver, was out there, but Boykins was breathing down his neck, as you can see right here. Did a good job of holding on to it as long as he possibly could, but this ball just overthrown a little bit. Stafford could not come up with it.
1:51 to play, third period. Kirby Norwood's Pulaski Academy Bruins with the lead and the football. Three receivers wide to the right side. Thrash and Stafford in the backfield. Thrash under a rush, ducks into protection. Completion. And a first down for Pulaski Academy. On the receiving end for PA, it's Owens once again.
Well, the receivers have started catching this football in the second half, Taylor, and Thrash continues to get him the football, and right here does a good job of stepping up into the pocket and finding his receiver, Owens, who makes a good catch right there and almost avoided a tackle right there, but number 7, Marcus Babbitt, holds on to him and comes up with a tackle.
And Pulaski Academy in position to increase the lead. They're on top 14-13 now. Thrash by himself in the backfield, rolls left, pulled down behind the line of scrimmage, and the play made by Oak Grove C.C. Macon.
Well, C.C. Macon, 5'8", 170-pound sophomore, gets into the backfield good right here, really goes unblocked, and coming in from his linebacker position, and holds on to Thrash and hauls him down for a huge loss. Big play for Oak Grove's defense.
Loss of 8 on the play. The ball is marked at the 20-yard line. First down is possible at right around the 3. Clock is running at 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Thrash, again, the little pitch on the complete pass to Stafford, but this time Oak Grove handles it, and it's a minimal gain for Derek Stafford.
Travis Theobald got a hold of his foot and held on. Little shuttle pass, and you can see Theobald right there fighting off his block and just reaching in and stopping Stafford.
PA faces 3rd and 13 from about the 15-yard line. Clock is running with 10 seconds to play, 3rd quarter. Thrash rolls to his right, fires, trying for the first down. Pass is complete. And is it enough for first down yardage?
It's very close. Thrash firing the ball in there. Owens on the receiving end. And they will, looks like they're going to bring in the sticks on this one. See right here, Thrash rolling around the right side. Good release and throwing it in between 4 Oak Grove defenders right there, threading the needle. And Owens coming up with the football.
When Thrash has time to throw, he's really an effective passer. And despite the missed plays, there have been a few drop balls by Pulaski Academy, but they got some good receivers as well. We're about to head to the 4th quarter. We got a game here. Pulaski Academy leads Oak Grove 14-13. 4th quarter coming up next here on Comcast.
Comcast is building a cool new world in your neighborhood. We're currently working in these Little Rock areas. During the day, your service may be disrupted, but should be restored by 5 p.m.
New seasons bring
13, and they are trying to move the football. Ball was marked just short of first down yardage, and Scott, for Oak Grove, a big defensive stand here.
Well, this is obviously huge. It is 4th down, and if they can stop the Bruins right here, that'll be a big lift for the Hornets.
4th and 1 from the 4. Somebody jumped off sides, and the flags fly.
Flags fly, and that will probably be, well, it's half the distance to the goal line right here. That is a first down for, you can see the hard count right there.
And he knew it.
It fooled him because the offensive line moved, but they got in set position.
And so now PA from the 2-yard line now has a great chance to increase the lead. Thrash rolls left into the end zone, found his man, and once again a completion to Jones, and the lead increases for Pulaski Academy. They now are on top of this ball game, 20-13.
Well, Taylor, one thing in the locker room, Kirby Norwood, I'm not sure what he said, but they quickly found out how to catch the football, and they have done so in the second half, and that has been the difference so far, as we've got 11 minutes and 55 seconds to go in this football game, and Pulaski Academy just went on top 20-13, and looks like they will go for 2 here.
Would make it 22-13 and a 9-point lead. Right now they're up 7. Pass right side for 2 points. It's good. And so while the last 3 scoring plays went to Jones, this time to Stafford for the conversion, and PA takes a 22-13 lead.
Yeah, and that's a huge 2-point conversion, because now Oak Grove's got to have 2 scores to potentially go ahead in this football game. A touchdown and 2-point conversion won't cut it for the Hornets.
And so Stafford scores for the first time in the game. The last 3 scores came into the hands of Jones. Jones caught the long pass from Owens for the touchdown a few minutes ago, then caught the 2-point conversion. He caught the touchdown pass seconds ago from Thrash, and then Thrash threw the 2-point conversion pass to Stafford for a 22-13 Pulaski Academy lead early in the 4th quarter. 11. And this offense, the offense of Pulaski Academy, Scott's really got things going now.
They do have it going. This is what they've been able to do pretty much most of the season, is throw the football, catch the football, and they've done a good job of that so far in this second half, after not doing a good job at all in the first half with 4 drop passes. And Lance Boykins, he does a great job. He's a good athlete, and he is hard to bring down. He sees the field, and the first guy who usually hits him does not bring him down. And for the Hornets, you know, having seen Clyde Seeds burst that one for 80 yards, that being said, normally the Wishbone offense is not necessarily a quick strike offense. So, but however, when you pop one for 80 yards, that's pretty quick.
So PA will go on defense now. Oak Grove, though, has decent field position. They take over 1st and 10, and the ball on their own 43-yard line. Inside handoff was faked, and the ball is in the hands of Belasco. He's got running room. Another nice run by Jared Belasco for an Oak Grove first down.
And they're going to need some chunks like that of 15 to 20 yards. And as that clock continues to roll in this fourth quarter, they need a couple of scores, so they need to get one as quickly as they can right here.
Oak Grove has had 2 touchdowns. The Seats 1-yard run in the second quarter, then a Seats 80-yard touchdown run in the third quarter, and they trail in this game 22-13. Had a nice first down, and Oak Grove goes 1st and 10 in PA territory, pass left side, which is unusual. And it's incomplete, intended for Marcus Bobbitt.
Boy, that was a scary pass play for the Hornets. Blake Miller right there, and this ball was a little bit overthrown by Johnson, as you can see right here. Blake Miller nearly comes up. Well, you can't see it, the pole's in the way, but he nearly comes up with the interception right there, and that would have been a backbreaker for Oak Grove.
2nd down, 10. Oak Grove has the ball on the PA 44-yard line. 11:15 to play, fourth quarter. And Oak Grove trying to play come-from-behind football. Option left side. Johnson wants to keep, has yardage. He's short of the first down, but a nice gain on the keeper by Johnson.
Johnson around the left side, faked the handoff to Seats up the middle on the dive. Pulled it out of his gut, takes it around the left side, picks up some good yardage.
The guys made a bunch of good defensive plays for Pulaski Academy. Antoine Jones there again to help make the tackle on the Bobby Tyner running back. 11:10 to play, fourth quarter, and it was close enough for a measurement. Oak Grove trying for its second consecutive first down on this drive that started at the Oak Grove 43-yard line.
Good camera shot right there. You can tell they're just about a yard away from the first down, maybe a little bit less. But the thing right now is that as they measure and continue to pick up first downs, that will stop the clock, if only briefly. So they need to break this huddle quickly and get to the line of scrimmage.
They've done it with the option part of the time. Have thrown a couple of passes. There was one long completion, an 18-yarder for Oak Grove on a team that had only completed 17 yards in passing all season long. So they are not a team that passes very much, but they've tried it 3 times in this game. Keeper Johnson has the first down and more. Nice run by Johnson as Oak Grove continues to churn into PA territory.
Well, what you like to see if you're Johnson, if you're Coach Bobby Tyner, is Johnson, as he gets through this hole, wraps up the football with both hands, because Oak Grove cannot afford a turnover at this point in the football game. As they're driving, trying to, you can see right there, has it with one hand, but then as he gets some defenders coming on him, wraps it up with both arms.
1st and 10, the ball at the 27-yard line, and Pulaski Academy calls a timeout before Oak Grove can make the play happen. 10:49 to play, and Bobby Tyner talks with his offense. Let's take a look ahead to next week. We are at the Parkview Central game next week. Then the following week, Catholic McClellan, followed by Robinson Fair, and then a big weekend. We end up with 2 games in the final week of the regular season, Sylvan Hills and Mills and Central Place Hall.
A lot of good football on Comcast Cable, and it's certainly not possible without a lot of people doing great work behind the scenes, and we want to recognize those folks tonight. Executive producer of high school football on Comcast Cable is Dan Heckey. Director, as always, is Joseph Smith, doing a good job in the truck. Tanja Enoch is on audio tonight. Graphics is done by Charles Jordan. Camera crew tonight doing a great job getting the shots tonight of high school football. Steven Spears, Charles Harshaw, and Troy Thompson. Troy Thompson down on the field slow-mo tonight is Robert Addington. Special assistants, Lois Hargrove, Carla Milligan, and Kelly Eman. And engineering is done by the Field Shop. High school football on Comcast Cable.
Scott, a great crew to work with. These folks are a pleasure. They make this fun. We really enjoy doing these games, and it's because of their hard work. First down and 10. Oak Grove trying to get back in this game. Option, handoff inside. Nope, keeper, right side. Ball goes to Belasco. He's got a little bit of a gain. And Oak Grove trying to fool Pulaski Academy and get about 5 yards out of it that time.
Well, that really was a good play. Anthony Johnson was wrapped up and pitched the ball at the right time to Belasco, who was looking for that pitch. You can see right here. Number 95 almost brought him down, Antoine Jones, but not before he could get the pitch off to Belasco.
Clock is running at 10:18, and Oak Grove trails 22-13. That was a pickup of 5 on the play. And the ball is at the 26-yard line. Coming up on the 10-minute mark. Belasco, the handoff again, this time stopped well short of the first down. And one of the players in to help make the tackle, 53, Scott Landers, who had a big week last week for PA.
Belasco again on the carry, and right now what's big for Pulaski Academy is, tackle them, and as they go to the outside, keep them in bounds when you can. Keep that clock rolling.
9.5 to play. Third down and about 5. Late pitch. Boykins tries to turn the corner. He stopped short of the first down. The PA defense is right there.
That is going to be pretty close.
Oh, he got it.
They did get the first down.
How about it?
Well, as you mentioned, Taylor, that was a late pitch and a good job by Boykins to pick it up. As we see right here, he barely got that football out, and the pitch to Boykins does a good job to cut back upfield. It just does get across the first down marker.
Call it 1st and 10 from the 15. Oak Grove on the march. Handoff goes inside to Seats, and PA is right there, and they stop Seats for a very short gain. That's the same play that Seats scored the 80-yard touchdown run, or a similar one, back in the third quarter.
You can see right here, a lot of times tonight they've worked that quick dive play up the middle to succession. Being successful doing that, I should say, and the 80-yard touchdown this time, Pulaski Academy doing a good job of closing the hole.
The threat of their outside game opens up the inside game. That time the play didn't work. There was a gain of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 9 for the Oak Grove Hornets. Fakes the inside, lost the ball on the ground. PA recovers. Belasco jumped on it, but a big loss on the play. I say Oak Grove recovered. The Hornets fell on the ball, but they lose a bunch of yardage as Oak Grove tried to run the option and lost the ball.
Well, Belasco doing a good job of coming up with that football. We take a look at it right here. And number 95 has made some great plays in this second half. Ooh. Antoine Jones, he's been all over the field defensively for the Bruins and does so good right there. Gets his long arms in there and knocks the football out of Johnson's hand.
Coming up on 8 minutes to play, fourth quarter. 3rd down, 15 for Oak Grove. Wishbone for Johnson. Fakes the handoff, wants to throw into the end zone, incomplete. And the pass intended for Bobbitt, but over his head, and it'll bring up a 4th and long for Pulaski Oak Grove. And coming in with the play from Coach Bobby Tyner is 27 Tyson Moore. They're going to go for it on 4th and long, figuring they can at least have Pulaski Academy start deep in its own territory.
Well, really, there's no option with 7 minutes and 51 seconds to go in the football game. They need 2 scores. And what started out as a good possession for Oak Grove has stalled.
Big play, Oak Grove. Johnson, little swing pass in the hands of Boykins. Tries to make something happen. Can't do it in a big defensive stop for Pulaski Academy. And they will take over with 7:42 to play. And Bobby Tyner's club cannot make a long 4th down play work.
Well, Boykins did a good job of picking up the yardage that he did with that one. Bruins bearing down on Johnson, and then he had Boykins had 3 guys around him, made a couple of them miss before Blake Miller holds on and brings him down short of the first down. Ball goes over to PA on downs, and now look for Pulaski Academy ahead by 9 points to work this clock some and keep this ball between the ditches right here.
Let's see if PA can do some ball control. Thrash in the backfield, Stafford right beside him. And so one of Coach Norwood's best favorite plays is the direct snap to Stafford. What they do here, and he runs left. He just wants to hold the ball, stay in bounds. he does both. Slight, moderate gain on the play for Derek Stafford.
Well, he got close to that out of bounds, and right now Kirby Norwood does not want to see his Bruins stop the clock, and there is a player down on the field. That will stop the clock. Player down for Oak Grove. Can't tell who that is right off the bat here. We'll see Stafford getting around to the left side and being attended to out there, the Hornet.
Oak Grove is trying to keep a 4-game winning streak alive. They opened the season by losing at Robinson, the injured player for Oak Grove, 53, Paul Killian, 5'11", 261, a sophomore, and walks off the field on his own. But Oak Grove started slow, lost to Robinson, then won at Mayflower, beat a 4A team in Hot Springs, beat Perryville, won at Atkins last week 42-25, and came into this game 4-1, and they're in danger of falling to 4-2 and 1-1 in conference. Second down play, pass left side. This is the first completion to Miller, and Miller may have first down yardage for PA. Blake Miller on the receiving end for the Bruins.
Quick pass out to the flat, and Miller just right there. Comes up with a catch, bobbled it just for a second, and picked up some good yardage, and more importantly, the first down actually, and the clock continues to roll.
8 second-half first downs for PA. Under 7 minutes now. 1st and 10 for the Bruins, and they lead in this game 22-13. Man in motion left side. In fact, the quarterback was in motion. It was a direct snap to Stafford. He's got first down yardage and more. Look at Derek Stafford go. 40, 30. Stafford trying to go to the end zone, to the 10. He is into the end zone. There are flags on the play, though, as Derek Stafford went 71 yards, but there are penalty markers down.
Well, there are 3 flags on the play, and the officials threw them all over the field. And the press box is hostile up here. There was certainly a penalty on the Pulaski Academy on that run that will not count.
You don't see too many plays with the quarterback in motion.
Well, I think that threw Oak Grove off a little bit to see the quarterback go in motion, the direct snap to Stafford, and we can take a look at it right here. Stafford had some blockers downfield, and the penalty comes right there. You can see the block in the back by Pulaski Academy, and that's the reason that it sprung Stafford into the end zone. So that will be called back. But a good play nonetheless, and a pickup of a first down for Pulaski Academy.
And they still move the ball across midfield. And so now PA has the ball in Oak Grove territory from the Hornet 46-yard line. They're eating clock as well, and they're ahead 22-13. Little pass, flip back to the left side. Nicely executed, and a nice gain on the play, a gain of 8. And so PA goes back to the passing game, and with a completion, the clock continues to roll.
Play was set up well. Thrasher takes the snap, rolls to the right, throws back left, and dumps it off to Quentin Jones as we look at it right here. Thrasher does a good job of selling it initially over to the right side, and everybody was over there and Quentin Jones, but Oak Grove did a pretty good job of collapsing on Jones, and that play could have gone for a lot more yardage than it did, and Oak Grove calls a timeout.
I bet Jones has 7 or 8 catches in this game. He has 2 touchdown catches and a catch for a 2-point conversion. And so Jones has been a key part of this Pulaski Academy comeback in the second half. And so now Oak Grove must make a stop, trailing by 9, 22-13. They have their work cut out.
Well, as we talked about the 5 AAA, it's pretty much a wide open conference. BB, tonight's game against CAC, will be pretty critical, especially if PA goes on to win this football game with 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. They will open up a pretty good lead and still remain undefeated in the 5 AAA. But this conference is still wide open regardless of that outcome of that game, because Oak Grove still has to play BB, and a victory against BB and roll out the season. So you've got Pulaski Academy, BB, Oak Grove, and Dover is in the mix as well. So a pretty competitive conference, and this one could go down to the wire.
Here's how PA closes. All-timer, then at Atkins. That's a non-conference game. Lamar and CAC, and PA closes. That was PA, I beg your pardon. This is Oak Grove. They close at CAC, Dover, BB, and Lamar. Second down 4 for Pulaski Academy. Thrash wants to throw, does get a man, and near first down yardage as PA continues to use the passing game to eat clock.
Well, the difference in the two schedules, Oak Grove, 3 of their last 4 games are on the road. Pulaski Academy, 3 of their last 4 games are at home. So that's a bit of a difference right there. An advantage would probably go to Pulaski Academy being able to play 3 of their remaining 4 games at home. Pulaski Academy doing a good job of staying in bounds on that one to keep that clock rolling.
3rd and 1. They got Jones as a back. Winged out way to the right side. Thrash will keep, and Thrash is turned back probably short of the first down to bring up 4th and short for Pulaski Academy.
That's going to be pretty close, however, which they give him the first down. I was going to say Kirby Norwood probably would have gone for it on 4th down in that field position anyway, so they would have had another shot at it, I imagine.
I think he had it too, Scott. He had real good surge there, and so it is a first down for PA, a big one. Clock is now at 5:10 and running in the 4th quarter, and PA enjoys a lead. Thrash almost dropped the ball. Will have to eat that one. He's pulled down, snowed behind the line of scrimmage, and Travis Thiebold helps make the tackle for Oak Grove.
Theobald all the way through. Really looks like he went unblocked, and Thrash doing a good job of really just holding on to that snap. So the success of that play for Pulaski Academy was that they did not turn the football over.
Oak Grove needs a stop. Clock is running with 4:40 to play. PA with the ball and a lead, 22-13. 2nd and 16 for the Bruins, and the ball is at the 43-yard line. Everybody wide out to the right side. Thrash in the backfield. Will pass. Pulled under. Big loss on the play. And charging in to help make the stop is Lance Boykins.
Boykins back there, number 10. Also Charles Hester and Theobald also in the backfield for Oak Grove. And Pulaski Academy going the wrong direction right now. Thrash takes the snap right here. Stafford the only one back to block. And Boykins is there with the initial stop. And then it's Charles Hester down low to drop him.
Nice play. Hester and Boykins. 3rd and 23 for Pulaski Academy. And that's a little lateral back to Owens. And Owens has a nice run, but still way short of the first down. It'll bring up 4th and long as it was a little swing pass. And it was actually behind the line of scrimmage and a backward pass. And there's a penalty against Pulaski Academy. He could actually have thrown the ball here.
Well, absolutely could have thrown the ball, and if he had dropped that ball, that would have been a live football. So kind of a dangerous play. However, he picks up some yardage, but there is a penalty on the play.
And penalty went against PA, but it may be that Oak Grove declined it. It'll bring up 4th and about 19 for Pulaski Academy. The clock's at 3:40, and PA has got to punt. Dropping back in punt formation, Chris Kilgore. And then Boykins drops back with Bobbitt for Oak Grove. Boy, Oak Grove would love to get a long punt return here.
Well, they really need one. They almost need a return for a touchdown right here. And the ball needs to get in Boykins' hands, and it does. He jumps up to catch it.
Boykins from the 7-yard line has some room, moves across the 20, pulled down at the 23, and so Oak Grove will take over with a long way to go and only 3:28 to score twice as they trail in this game 22-13.
Well, Pulaski Academy really didn't get anything done offensively in terms of yardage, but they got a lot done in terms of taking time off the clock. So in that regard, that was a successful possession for Pulaski Academy, holding on to the football and bringing the clock down. Less than 3.5 to go in this quarter.
75 yards away from the end zone. 1st and 10. Pitch right side. Belasco has some room. Gain of 5, 6 on the play. But he's pulled down. The clock continues to move. 3:10. 3:15 to play in the 4th quarter.
Well, Oak Grove goes back to huddle. They need to call at least a couple of plays in the huddle and get up to that line quickly.
Tyson Moore comes wide to the left side. Clock at 3:02 4th quarter. Oak Grove, a running team. Johnson runs. He has got first down yardage, but pulled down, and the clock continues to move. It'll be at 2:55 once the official sets the ball. You're right, Scott. Oak Grove needs to have several plays going here because the clock is about to wind here as the official makes the indication. And there goes the clock. And here come the Bruins trying to play some defense. PA trying to stop the Hornets of Pulaski Oak Grove, and the clock takes off from 2:55. First down and 10, but Oak Grove's got a long way to go. The ball's at the 35-yard line. Pitch, Boykins. Boykins wants to
got a
throw.
man open.
Downfield pass incomplete, and he had Bobbitt downfield. Bobbitt had Jones beaten, and the pass was thrown way short.
Bobbitt was wide open down the field, and Boykins had a little problem getting the ball out of his hands. As we see it right here, a good play call, and the play that bit Pulaski Oak Grove almost worked to their advantage this time. The pitch out to Boykins, could not get the football out, and it looked like he didn't even see Bobbitt down the field, because had he seen him, he certainly would have seen that he was wide open, and Bobbitt was throwing his arms up.
2nd and 10. Pitch. Belasco. Belasco goes right side. He's thrown down for a loss. And the clock continues to roll at 2.5 now to play in the 4th quarter, and a long, long way to go for Oak Grove. Tyson Moore brings the play in. Clock at 2:25.
It might not be a bad idea to go to that halfback option one more time. He was so wide open, and see if he can find some empty space again.
Pulaski Academy dropping Jones back at safety, way back. There's a little inside handoff, quick opener. Seats has got good running room. He's across midfield, and a big gain for Seats, 19 yards, and he is across the 40 all the way down, or the 50 rather, all the way down to the 45-yard line of Pulaski Academy, and the clock stops at 2:04, and there's an injured Bruin on the play.
Number 82, Matt Moore, slow to get up. That will stop the clock. First down would have stopped the clock to reset the chains. Now Oak Grove has got to get this play in and get up to the line of scrimmage quickly.
They trail 22-13, 2:04, and the clock begins to run. Oak Grove with the wishbone attack. Pitch at the last second. Boykins. Boykins stays inbounds. He does, and not much of a gain on the play by Boykins. Boy, he has really been one of the carriers of the load for Pulaski Oak Grove. Boykins, Belasco, Johnson's had some nice carries. Bobbitt's been there. And a last-second pitch by Johnson, but really very little gain by Boykins.
Well, the Hornets don't appear to be in that much of a hurry. They need to get up to the line quickly and get these plays off.
Under 1:30. Johnson, pass, complete, first down yardage. Moore with the catch for Oak Grove. Nice catch by Tyson Moore. This clock will stop while the chains move. First down for Oak Grove. Oak Grove needs to score and then try an onside kick and get the ball back with any hope of winning this game.
That was the play beforehand, but that last play, Johnson, that was his best throw of the football game, found Tyson Moore out there for the first down.
Johnson to throw. Nice spiral right side intended for Boykins, but off his fingertips and incomplete. Clock stops at 1:08, and for Oak Grove, 2nd down and long.
Well, Boykins really played defender on that one. As we look at this one more time, this again is that pass out here, and this ball would have been intercepted probably if Boykins hadn't gotten a hand on that and knocked it over the Pulaski Academy defender's hands.
Scott Wood goes wide to the right side. Clock is at 1:08, 2nd down and 10. Oak Grove from the Pulaski Academy 30. They trail by 9. Little swing pass right side. Belasco caught the ball, and he falls down immediately. Loss on the play, and now Oak Grove's got to scramble to make a play happen here. Clock's running at 57 seconds.
Well, it's hard to think of it at the time, but probably would have been better off if he had dropped that pass and stopped the clock.
Yep. Because he pretty much had nowhere to go and was falling down as he caught it. Clock is running at 41 seconds. Bobby Tyner watching this one slip away. 3rd and long. Johnson throwing, intercepted, and that'll be the ball game. PA comes up with the intercept, and with the interception, was it Stafford, Derek Stafford?
Derek Stafford with the interception, absolutely.
Well, he had a great game.
He had a great game and a good play right there, and Johnson kind of gives it the shot put on this pass right here, and this one was up for grabs. Really 3 Bruins around the play, just playing safety back there and preventing the deep ball to get behind them, and doing a good job, Stafford, that is, coming up with the football. And as you mentioned, that pretty much turns out the lights for the Oak Grove Hornets.
And the press box falls quiet here, Scott. But this Oak Grove team battle, they never gave up, stayed in the game, and only in the last 40 seconds did PA end the drive that had any hopes for Oak Grove, and that'll really end the hopes in this game. And Oak Grove, with the loss, is going to fall to 4-2 overall, but more importantly, 1-1 in the 5 AAA. And while we have a few seconds, I want to mention Brian Weiss didn't get in the game, on the sideline for Pulaski Academy. His parents are good friends of mine. Brian's a good young man. So we'll see Brian in one of these games in a year or two, Scott. But watch out for number 7, Brian Weiss, in the future for Pulaski Academy. There you go, Bridget and David.
Does he have a brother named Peter? Number 44.
They're everywhere. Well, it's a big win for PA, Scott.
It is a big win.
If they had lost, they would have fallen to 1-2 and really been out of things in the 5 AAA, but 2-1, they're still right in the middle of the race.
And that drops Oak Grove to 2-1 also. So, but it's a loss for Oak Grove, but they are still in the race in this 5 AAA. So, and they've got a good running game, good running attack, good wishbone offense, and they run it pretty efficiently. Just we've seen tonight that if they do get behind, it's hard for them to catch up, and because they don't have a lot of passing attack and a lot of deep threats to put some points on the board quickly.
Clock running at 27. It's stopped at 27 seconds. Key players in this game for Pulaski Academy. Certainly on offense, it's been Stafford, who's done everything, also made some defensive plays. And on defense, I think we saw Antoine Jones make several huge plays, Scott. And so Jones and Stafford help key the thing for Pulaski Academy tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Antoine Jones, number 95 defensive end for Pulaski Academy, came up big in the second half defensively, made some big plays. And really the key to the second half for their offense was that they caught the football, unlike in the first half. Thrash was continued to throw the ball accurately in this second half. They caught the football. That certainly was the difference in the second half.
23 seconds left, and PA is just trying to run the clock out here. Here's how the season will finish up for both these teams. Oak Grove will be at CAC next week. Then they'll play Dover, then at BB, and at Lamar. So 3 of their final 4 games on the road, where Pulaski Academy takes on Altimer next week, then plays a non-conference game at Atkins, followed by Lamar and Central Arkansas Christian.
Ted, we will be at Central Quigley Stadium next week. Parkview at Central. Our first look at Dedrick Poole for the Central High Tigers next week. Looking forward to that. Should be a good football game.
And we hope you enjoy these football games on Comcast. We try and cover the area and make sure that all the local schools get college and high school football exposure. The clock's now running at 18 seconds, and PA is on top, 22-13. That'll be the final play of the game, and Bobby Tyner and Kirby Norwood will meet at midfield for the handshakes in this win that's going to go Pulaski Academy's way. 22-13, the Bruins beat the Hornets, and there's your final score. PA improves to 4-2, 2-1, and Pulaski Oak Grove drops to 4-2, 1-1. 22-13, Pulaski Academy gets the win. Coming back, a final word from Hornet Stadium after this.
When you find the one you love, don't screw it up.
I thought we had something special.
It is special. I just need a little freedom.
Now he'll give up everything and do anything just to get her back.
By the time you realize what a mistake you just made, I will be long gone.
Freddie Prinze Jr., Julia Stiles.
She's perfect for me. I gotta get her back.
Down to You is in demand.
Wow.
I'm in love.
Pay-per-view for the demanding viewer. You rule.
Your home is a reflection of you, of your world, and your place in it. So if you want to put digital TV entertainment in your home, why put this stuff on top of it? Comcast Digital Cable gives you all this on your TV without a satellite dish on your roof. So your beautiful home is still your beautiful home. Comcast Digital Cable.
Final score at Oak Grove is a win for Pulaski Academy. 22-13 is the final score. So Atkins is a conference game. So that's my mistake, Scott. I'd had that Atkins was a non-conference game, and they are in the 5 AAA. So
Oak Grove is down now. Pulaski Academy and Oak Grove have identical records: 4-2 and 2-1 in conference play.
Makes sense. Yep, we'd missed one of the losses, or we had counted a loss for Oak Grove. Shouldn't have been counted. So yeah, both teams are 2-1 in conference. But Pulaski Academy gets the win in this one, and they improve to 4-2 overall. And Scott, they have a great passing attack, but tonight they mixed the passing up, had some Stafford running the ball along with the passing, and showed a really balanced offense.
Well, they did, and they got on track offensively in the second half, and that was really the difference. If the second half matched the first half for Pulaski Academy tonight, we would be talking more than likely talking about an Oak Grove victory. But as it was, they came out strong in the second half, connected on some passes, and really pulled one out of the bag for a long touchdown on a halfback pass, and that was really a difference in the football game, and a victory for Pulaski Academy.
And so Pulaski Academy gets the win, 22-13, thanks to all the folks here at Oak Grove. They are wonderful hosts, and as always, thanks to our crew at Comcast. And we'll see the whole gang next week, Scott, for the Parkview Central game at Quigley. As always, enjoyed it.
Great game tonight, Taylor.
Your final score: Pulaski Academy 22 and Pulaski Oak Grove 13. For Scott Philbrick and the entire Comcast crew, Taylor Carr saying so long from Oak Grove High School.
Toupees.